So we have ended our discussion over here where we have seen that we can declare a variable actually in two different ways. The variable can be unsigned, a variable can be signed also. And if it is unsigned and depends on this two category, how the range will change, we have seen over here, right? We have seen over here, this one. So now, uh, one more thing that I forgot to tell you last day. That is the terminology, especially what I should say. That is the terminology is keyword. What is keyword? Keyword is actually what you can say a special word. Special word in C language. Okay. Special word means special word means have a specific meaning. What I mean is that a variable name can be anything. For example, it can be A, it can be B, it can be sum, it can be say name, and many more. But if you say a variable name is int, this is totally wrong. The reason is that this int word has a specific meaning. It represents a data type name, a data type of an integer. Similarly for float, char and all. So that means these are actually what we call keyword. Okay. And this is, it's not that only the uh, data type names are keyword. Actually, throughout the C language, when you will write program, there you will see, you will realize that you are using lot of different words which has already some specific meaning defined in the C library, and those are what we call keyword. Anyway, so now let's jump into the programming point. So basically, if I ask you to write a program, a very basic program for a, so for example, summation, what you do, you just write, you can write in this way like int a b c, and there is one more function we use, clr scr. What is the purpose of this function? It clears the screen first. When the program will get executed, before printing something what I have instructed in the program, it clears the previous screen in the of the computer. And then maybe you want to, that means you have these three variables, means if I consider this is my entire memory space. Okay, in this whole memory space you have three portions which is reserved, three memory location actually, you can assume in this way. This is the memory space of the program that I am writing. Okay, so we have three space reserved. Suppose the memory location is 100. The address of the memory location, this one is 100. Address of this memory location is 200. Address of this location is 300. Okay, and since I have given a b c, so assume that this is represented by the variable a, this is represented by the variable b, and this is represented by the variable c. So this is not the part of the screen, this is part of the, actually hidden from the programmer, or you can say from the user, because this is part of the memory which a user can see. Now obviously, if you want to do some addition and you want to store result into the variable c, you have to take data into a and b. How? Through the input key device, keyboard. That means how we can do this from the input device? if I have an input device, how we can do this? We say it's scan. And if I want to put to some output device, what we use? Print. Now, what is the specific function for this scanning? The specific function in C present for scan is scanf. And specific function for print is printf. Now, what is the syntax of writing scanf and printf function? You already know. So, I am not going in detail of that. Anyway, if you still have some doubt regarding scanf or printf, when we will write program, we will, day by day we will learn. So just keep on looking my lecture. Now you see that ultimately I want to scan some data, some value, say 10 and 20 into this variable a and b. For example, that means in 100 address and 200 address it will get inserted. And how we can do this? We can simply write scanf. Since I want to scan into two variables at a time, so I will write %d, %d. Why both %d? Because a and b both are integer type. If b was float type, I should write use %f instead of %d. And after this, I have to write this and a and b. So this and has a specific meaning. You know this, I hope. This is what we call ampersand. It is means address of, or in this way you can say. So that means you are trying to instruct the machine that you want to scan data into the address of A and in the address of B. So whatever data will be inserted from the input device will be inserted in the address of A, that means in 100, and then the address of B, that is in 200. And suppose you have given 10 and 20, so the 10 and 20 gets inserted and it will be stored over here, and then you have a very simple statement C equal to A plus B, which is a very simple. And then you want to write the result, and when this particular instruction gets executed, what will happen? This 10 and 20 will be computed in the ALU. We have already seen that. We know that we have an ALU to do this. So ALU will do this addition and find in, and result will get stored in the memory location according to this instruction. So that means here 30 will get stored, and now I have to print it through this printf statement. So how we can do this? We can simply write printf, then %d. I mean, suppose that I want to print sum equal to summation value, then I should write sum equal to then %d. And since only %d is present over here, and when you are printing data, you don't need to write ampersand, you will write only the variable name, that is C. That's enough. And here your program ends. But we have one more thing we write, especially when we use Turbo C++ programming environment, we use getch. The reason is that when this function will get executed, the computer will realize that I have to hold this screen, because the computer is so fast that it will start executing. It will take the, when as soon as you will provide the data, it will compute, show the result, and it will come out from the program execution part. So through this getch function, you are actually restricting your program to come out from the execution. Means until and unless you are pressing some key from the input device, the execution will not complete it. That is the meaning of this getch, as simple as that. So here your program ends. Now how you can represent this? We represent this by a bracket. Okay. Now this is the program of your system, and we should represent by define some function that can actually run this program, we write generally through the name main. So main is a function name, and what is function? Function is basically doing some option or doing some operation, right? For example, how you can realize that a particular line is function or not? You will see that in each and every cases where I have a opening brace and closing brace, you will see that that is a function. Main is a function, CLR is a function, scanf is a function, printf is a function, getCG is also another function. And other lines, for example this one, for example this one, for example, oh no, nothing more present. These are what we call statement. These are what we call statement. Okay. Now this part is not only function, this is a function call. This is a function call. This is another function call. What does it mean? It means that you are calling this CLRSCR function to clear the screen. You are calling the scanf function to scan data from the input device. You are calling printf function to print data on the screen. You are calling getCH function for holding the screen for some time. You are calling, I mean as a programmer. But this is function defined. So function or you can say function definition. You are not calling main, you are actually defining how main looks like. Even if it is a summation function, I mean summation program, that's why main within main, I mean that means the main function will actually add two numbers. If you want to do it for multiplication, your inner part of the program will change. And this main name actually fixed for all. What I mean to say is that there must be some point from the execution starts. And in any programming language, generally, the program starts from a main function. And main function is called actually the mother of all the functions. It's not that you will have only main function in your program. You can have a number of different functions with different names. But among them, which function will be executed first? That is what is the main function. And who will do this? I mean, who will call this main function? This main function is actually called by operating system of your computer. It's not called by you, not a programmer. So that means from this point, I mean if you have a number of functions, the operating system first find the main function and it's call the main function so that the instructions present in the main functions one by one executes, and within the main function you may have some another function to call. For example, over here I have called CLRSCR, scanf and many more, and maybe other functions which I have to define it again in my own way as a programmer. So how those functions are called, what are the different perspectives and many more, all the detail of those functions we will see very soon in the other chapter. We are not going to discuss about the type of function and how they are called, how they are returning data and all in this particular context, in this particular class or lecture. Just for timing, you realize this difference between these two, I mean cases. Now one thing is noticeable over here, that is when we are calling this HILRS here, I'm saying that CLRS, I mean, as a programmer, when you are calling the CLRSCR function, mean you are actually calling this function to clear the screen. But now question come that who has defined that CLRSCR function will clear the screen, not it will hold the screen? Who has defined? Or how it will clear, where the logic is written? It must be written somewhere, right? Just like I have defined main function in my own way, in the same way somewhere the CLRSCR should be defined, that how it will clear the screen, the logic should be defined. Similarly for getch function, similar for scanf, similar for printf, because all these functions, all the above function are called library function. Whose library? C library. Now that means when you are calling this CLRSCR function, you must, I mean, so just try to realize from the computer point of view. Computer has started executing these instructions. Computer has seen int a comma b comma c. So how what computer will realize? The computer will realize that okay, I have to declare three variables. That means I have to occupy three memory locations whose names are ABC. I will give. The compiler will give. And then when the computer will try to execute this instruction CLRSCR, the computer has to know that how it will be done and what is the purpose of this. So where it has been written? It has been written in what you can say in C library. In how? In the form of some header files. That means there are many files present in the C library, which files contain the definition of CLRSCR, which files that contain definition of scanf, printf, getch, all the predefined functions present in the C library. Predefined, I am saying why? Predefined means already defined. Who has defined? C library has defined, not a programmer. But main is not predefined function. Main I am defining. As a programmer, I am defining what instruction I should have within the main function. It's not a C library is defining. In a similar way, CLRSCR is not I am defining. CLRSCR already defined in the C library. Where defined? In some header file. Those are called header files actually. And there are different header files for different type of predefined functions. You will find thousands of predefined functions in C library. That's why you will find hundreds of different header files present in the C library which contains those functions. For example, for example, for example, stdio. Sorry, I'm sorry. stdio dot h. Dot h is the extension for header file. What is this? We call it standard input output dot h. That means all the functions related with storing and input and output operations are present in this header files. It contains definition of scanf. It contains definition of printf. Similarly, I have conio.h. You will find. What is this? This is console input output.h. That means all the functions related with the console cases are present in this header files. Similarly, we have math.h. That means various mathematical operations are present in this math.h. For example, square root, to the power. This type of mathematical operations, the functions for these mathematical operations definition is present in this header file. So you will find hundreds of header files. It's not possible to remember all the header files. Even as a beginner, you don't need all these header files. So as soon as you will grow up and you will try to write more complex programs or try to solve more complex problem, maybe you will realize day by day the different new header files that you have in the C library. So it's not possible to show you all the header files and all the different type of predefined functions in a course of a C language. It's not possible because it's so huge. But for time being, one thing I can say that the very basic mathematical for a very basic operations, the header files at least you require maybe this state stdio.h and conio.h, these two. Now if you want to do some mathematical operation, you need math.h. You want to do something graphical operation, you should graphics.h. In this way you have stdlive.h and many more actually. So in this way actually the whole system works regarding the programming. So this is all about the very basic information of writing a program, and for what the program length may increase, or the logic may become more complex. Not only the logic is present only over here, right? This is the logic, it will add nothing more than that. But it's not right, it's not like that every time the logic will be presented in one line only. I may need multiple lines over here to present this logic, right? So as soon as the complexity will increase, the program length may increase, but the basic strategy or the basic idea of writing this program about the statement, function call and many more will remain same. So this is the basic idea of writing the program.